In the Know for Friday, July 1, the 182nd day of 2022. There are 183 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield Country Station 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Plus, we will have the water cooler question, your chance to score big right here before the 4th of July. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm just happy it's Friday.
Well, and happy July 1st to you.
Thank you.
July 1st is typically a date when new laws go into effect. Legislatures around the country, they meet and they say, okay, this law is going to pass and it will take effect on July 1st because it begins the second half of the year. So here's one that you maybe should be aware of.
Okay.
When you travel to Florida. A new Florida law goes into effect today that makes it unlawful for anyone in a vehicle to turn up their radio too loud. According to the new law, audio coming from a vehicle that can be heard from a distance of 25 feet or more can result in a traffic infraction.
Oh, I guess Trina and I will be in trouble.
That means like yesterday, I heard from more than 200 feet away, I heard somebody's motorcycle claiming that Hank Williams Jr. singing he was a dinosaur. And I thought that's too far away. I shouldn't be able to hear that from 200 feet. So I guess, check yourself. Really, I'm for that law, just depending upon the music. Like, if I like the music, fine. If I don't, then fine. Over there, he is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's a 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe. London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, Anaheim, Los Angeles. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks, Pasadena. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph. Why am I going to LA?
If in case you ever cover any of the Big Ten, you now got more territory
okay.
that you have to cover.
Yeah. What's the UCLA? What do they say it's in? It's in.
What's the University of California at Los Angeles?
Yeah, but it's
Irvine.
No, yeah.
And then
Beverly Hills.
USC is actually in Pasadena because, that's where the Rose Parade and all that is. So, by the way, I shortchanged you yesterday, Sam. I apologize. I told you yesterday that July 27th was Take Your Pants for a Walk Day. I know you seemed intrigued by that one. But some others that I overlooked. Tomorrow is World UFO Day. Did I mention that to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think we did talk about that one.
Teddy Bear's Picnic Day is July 10. I knew you would want to know that one in particular. The 17th is Yellow Pig Day. The Pi Approximation Day is July 22. So those are all ones that I knew that you would not want to miss out on. Westwood.
That's if we're getting, more.
Whenever I think of Westwood, I think of Inglewood ain't no good.
I mean, it's like Caneyville. Caneyville's just a general thing. When you get more specific, you go Pumpkin Center.
Got to get into the boroughs.
Yeah.
I got it. Hey, scattered storms for this July 4th weekend. We'll see scattered afternoon thunderstorms today. Rounds of rain through the holiday weekend. Rounds of rain remain in the forecast through next week as several systems track through the region. But after a respite, tomorrow and Sunday into the 80s as our high, we will be into the lower to mid 90s again next week, but an increased chance for rain. So we need it. 3 in 10 chance of rain today. We'll see scattered thunderstorms tonight, low of 73. Scattered thunderstorms, 60% chance tomorrow. We'll call it a high here locally of 88, and then thunderstorms late tomorrow night with an overnight low of 72.
Well, I just like that we're now seeing percentage chance of rain every day. There's a chance.
At least there's a chance. And so
if you it's been zero pretty much the entirety of this.
That's right. So if you look at the next 7 days, actually 8 days, because you consider today and next Friday, then there's a chance of rain every day. So you won't get rain every day, but out of an 8-day stretch, even if you get rain every other day, it will make some difference because the way these thunder showers are going to move through, they'll just be rather quick, and that'll just be that. And we need it, and here's why. is because a majority of Kentucky has abnormally dry conditions on the drought monitor. There was a portion, 48% of the state is abnormally dry, about the same as last week, but 31% of Kentucky is now in moderate drought compared to 13.5%. There have been more people join the moderate drought, but there've been more of Kentucky join the abnormally dry. So we're still officially listed as abnormally dry, but if we don't get some relief in the next couple of weeks, we'll move into the drought.
Is that about Yemen in that area there? That's just that ever so slight little sliver of Grayson County on this map. Is that it? Isn't there just a little? Is that
could be? Yeah.
Are they getting a little more rain? I didn't know if they're hogging
it's
it. It's
almost like dew stop down there. That's almost a Horse Branch.
Yeah, it's close. It's just a small little sliver.
It's that triangulation where Ohio, Butler, and Grayson meet.
Well, obviously you want to choose Grayson, and that's,
naturally, but it does, like if you own that extreme corner, all of a sudden you have this lush landscape that your neighbors don't have.
Well, it's clearly not in Butler County.
Probably, obviously not. Remind me to tell you something during the break. Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in to the U.S. Supreme Court yesterday, shattering a glass ceiling as the first black woman on the nation's high court. The 51-year-old Jackson is the court's 116th justice, and she took the place of the justice she once worked for. Justice Stephen Breyer's retirement was effective at noon yesterday, so she was there joined by her family. Chief Justice John Roberts administered the oath of two different oaths of office that Supreme Court justices take, so she is part of the court, and they still have some been a busy term for the court, but they have another busy term scheduled to resume in late summer, I guess, in what will be the fall term. Perhaps some of the biggest news rippling across the state this morning: law enforcement officials are still on the scene of a deadly shooting in Floyd County. It's in the community of Allen, where several police officers were shot and wounded while trying to serve a warrant on a I'll get to his name in a moment. It's out there. I don't know if I wrote it down or not.
I don't know that his name is that.
I'm seeing some. I've seen a mugshot just in the last hour or so. WKYT has a report saying that 2 law enforcement officers have died in the line of duty, but I heard KNN a few minutes ago. Still, we're only confirming 1. I have a feeling the KYT story is probably has newer information than what the KNN story likely does, because KYT and people closer to Floyd County are more likely feeding information into KNN. Either way, deadly and a tragedy, and I don't understand why just serving a warrant on one individual leads to at least 8 officers being shot, 2 of which may have given their lives in the line of duty. And just senseless.
Lance Stores. That's the
Lance
that's
Stores
the
is
suspect,
the name.
Yes.
Looked like he had an encounter with a wall, possibly.
Yeah, I saw his mugshot. Now it's gone away here. I'm looking on this, and he's been set under a $10 million bond as of this morning.
Looked like maybe he had a collision with a wall, or the ground, or a boot, and none of it is enough.
It's terrible.
So started hearing about that last night, and people talking about things. I mean, Allen is just a really small town.
100 people.
Yeah,
I think is what I saw.
Allen is smaller than any town in Grayson County. Floyd County isn't very big. So hearing that. Also, 1 week ago today, Supreme Court of the United States overturned the 50-year Roe v. Wade decision, and what that has done in the last week, that has caused a lot of traffic to and from courthouses around the country, because a lot of states had trigger laws that were set to enact if something happened with Roe. And so we've seen, I think Florida's new law is likely to be blocked today. Kentucky's law has been placed on hold, but Attorney General Daniel Cameron has asked for that to be reinstated while they review it, rather than pass an injunction to set aside the law. He's asking to hold the law in place while it's figured out, because you can't undo on the other side if you allow that to happen. I did, obviously this is a very politically charged issue, and it made me wonder. The place where you can get these procedures in Kentucky was limited to 2 already, And so just in the last week, since the trigger law took effect, I was trying to get some idea of, well, how frequently is this being performed in Kentucky? And so the one facility, the EMW clinic, said they had to turn away 199 patients with scheduled appointments in the last week since the trigger law took effect, including 14 who were on site when the law went into effect. So it kind of gives you some idea of the numbers, maybe on a weekly basis. I don't know how that works, but kind of gives at least some additional detail. By the way, you'll find a lot of people who will say that there are no protections in there for certain events like rape, incest, life of the mother, et cetera, et cetera. Kentucky's law does have life of the mother exemption in there. Some of the other states go a little further. Some don't go that far, but it's just all having to be figured out by the states, which is what the Supreme Court decided last week, is that it's up to the states and what the states choose to do. Governor Beshear has announced another round of state assistance for regions of Kentucky hit by tornadoes last December. The nearly $800,000 will go to Hopkins and Taylor counties. More than $655,000 will go to Hopkins County for heavy equipment for debris removal, and about $134,000 will go for debris removal in Taylor County. So here we are, 7, almost 8, entering, I guess, the 8th month after that.
Just shows how
still cleaning up.
widespread that was. I mean, Taylor County, too. They haven't gotten a bunch of the attention, but yet over the past couple of months, you've seen their name pop up.
Yep.
And it's not like Taylor County is Western Kentucky by any means.
No, not at all. I mean, east of us. And
Campbellsville, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they say, they get a lot of weather through there. Taylor County says there's something about their location, either that they have a bullseye on them or something, but it seems like whether weather comes from the north or comes from the south, they seem to think that they're typically in the path of it. Speaking of areas of the Commonwealth, the Appalachian Regional Commission yesterday released its 2023 map of county economic status and distressed areas for the next fiscal year, and says Kentucky has seen a drop in the number of counties prioritized as distressed. And so you'll see at-risk counties, Edmonson and Hart are listed as at-risk, and then you can kind of just follow like the Cumberland Parkway in a straight line. Adair, Russell, Pulaski, Laurel, all are at risk, but then your distressed counties are still your southeastern corner of Kentucky, still listed, and then but a lot of counties are transitional. Well, you got 3 counties, Garrett, Madison, and Clark are listed as transitional, and then I don't know if they're just not paying attention to the rest of the state or if it's just not shown on the purposes of our map. But it kind of gives you an idea.
It is a little weird to hear in Appalachian, Kentucky, Edmonson County.
Yeah, it just and that's why I'm wondering, why did they draw the line? Why did they draw the line there? Why are there not counties on into Western Kentucky that are designated on that map? The Louisville man who died after jumping into the Ohio River in January in an attempt to save a drowning woman has received national recognition. 34-year-old Adam Thomas leapt into the Ohio River in Louisville, in the downtown area there on January 13, as he tried to save a woman who had jumped into the river near the wharf. Both the woman and Thomas perished. The woman's body has not yet been recovered. His body was pulled from the river April 2nd, nearly 100 miles downstream near Warwick County, Indiana, so they're near Newburgh. The Warwick County Coroner's Office said in a press release after the recovery, the actions of Mr. Thomas were a true act of heroism and took great courage. Mr. Thomas placed himself in harm's way in order to help another and ultimately sacrifice his life in doing so. On Tuesday, he was honored by the Carnegie Hero Fund, which recognizes American civilians who risk their lives to save or attempt to save others in acts of heroism, with the Carnegie Medal. His family will receive a financial grant in his honor as well.
I remember hearing about that story.
Yeah, it's 2 tragedies there,
Yeah.
two tragedies. I mentioned it at the top of the program, UCLA and USC are joining the big 14 conference. I guess the Big Ten can't become the Big 12 because the Big 12 name is already taken. But they're going to go from 12 to at least 14.
Well, then the Pac-12's got to go back to the Pac-10.
Pac-12's got to go down to Pac-10. What do you make of this, Sam? 2 super conferences eventually?
I don't know about 2.
4, maybe?
I think you're going to see 4. I think you're going to see this like showdown between the Pac-12, the Big 12, and the ACC. One of them is going to go away.
Somebody collapses and just not sure who yet.
And right now, I think you're looking more like it's going to be a fight between the Big 12 and the Pac-12. And one of those two, I think, in 10 years for sure, but in 5 years, I don't think you're going to see anymore. But I'm interested for schools like Western. It's very interesting following like one move yesterday. How's that going to impact them? Because it was just like the Oklahoma-Texas thing almost sent them to the MAC.
Right.
And it was just 2 schools' individual move to the SEC caused the ripple effect of, all of these different schools moving conferences. So I'm curious to see a school like Western, how this move could still have an impact on them.
It just seemed like USC and UCLA belong with Kansas and Oklahoma State and Texas Tech more than Purdue.
But then again, you think that conference as well also has West Virginia and Cincinnati now,
No, that's
and
true.
Central Florida, I think. So
I mean, and where's Rutgers fall? Like I saw a
New
reference
Jersey.
to, I know
They're in
where
the
they
Big
are
Ten.
geographically. They're in the Big Ten. So now you've got
From
USC,
Piscataway.
which may have to play in New Jersey at Rutgers on like on a college Saturday or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. And then this made me laugh. We've had a lot of stories from Australia. I think the Australians aren't faring very well after their COVID lockdown, maybe in the way the United States aren't either. A wild brawl broke out at a cemetery in front of grieving families after 2 funeral directors began quarreling when they arrived at the graveyard at the same time. Horrified mourners were burying loved ones at Rockwood Cemetery. There are 2 services going on at the same time. These funeral directors get there at the same time, and they can't decide who gets to go first, and there's some type of turf war that breaks out, and they start fighting in front of everyone.
I think of this
dear.
as like Anchorman.
It does sound like Anchorman, but normally funeral directors, you expect them to be pretty
Right.
composed and very, they've always got their hands crossed in front of them, like that type of thing. And to see fisticuffs break out, it's just odd to me. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around. You're in the know.
If you're the average person, you only think about income taxes from January to April. But the choices you make 12 months a year have a big impact on your tax return preparation and even your refund. Making adjustments to your financial matters during tax filing season is like trying to lose weight during a routine doctor visit. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart work year-round to advise clients on important financial decisions so that during tax filing season, you're carrying a lot less stress and worry. Join the Peace of Mind team with Buckles, Travis & Hart, 270-259-5604 or GraysonCPAs.com.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Hear that music? It can only mean breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. Imagine a folded egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. That's right, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and sausage, egg, and cheese bagels are all back, but only for a limited time at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
Big park, bigger fun, bigger smiles. Beach Bend Park. There's classic amusement rides for all ages. The famous Kentucky Rumbler roller coaster, daily shows, games, mini golf, and more. Soak up some sun and take the plunge in Splash Lagoon Water Park with wave pool, lazy river, interactive play area, and exhilarating water slides. Or relax in your own private cabana rental. Purchase tickets online and save on 1-day admission. Or have twice the fun with a 2-day play pass for $49.99. online. Active, retired, and veteran armed forces always receive free admission with a valid, non-expired military ID and get a discount for accompanying family members. For bigger fun all summer long, come to Beach Bend Park, where the parking, tubes, and sunscreen are free. For park hours, to book a birthday party, purchase tickets, or a season pass, visit beachbend.com.
The Department of Justice announced on Thursday that a California man is facing a federal charge for his alleged role in a $21 million cryptocurrency fraud scheme that prosecutors say used fake business relationships with Apple Incorporated, Pfizer Incorporated, and the Walt Disney Company to create the appearance of legitimacy. According to the DOJ, Michael Stollery, 54, the CEO and founder of Titanium Blockchain Infrastructure Services, a purported cryptocurrency investment platform, was charged in LA federal court with one count of securities fraud. The company behind the once wildly popular mobile game Pokemon Go is laying off 8% of its workforce. That works out to about 90 employees who work for Niantic. The San Francisco-based augmented reality company is canceling the production of 4 upcoming projects, while interest in Pokemon Go has dropped considerably. And a self-proclaimed crypto queen is wanted by the FBI. Dr. Rua Ignatova is accused of defrauding investors out of more than $4 billion. She allegedly did so over 3 years. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield.
I was born in Little Rock, had a childhood sweetheart. We were always hand in hand. I wore high-top shoes and shirt.
Today is Canada Day. Oh, Canada. I saw a list this morning of how they talk trash in Canada. How you know it's
Shout out to Joey Votto.
trash talking phrases. It made me laugh.
Greatest Canadian alive.
Drive your Corvette to work day today. One small problem with that.
Yeah.
Don't happen to have one.
Sam, I held you off long enough. It's International Joke Day today, so there you go. Tell your punchline.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
no,
tell the
that's
joke.
right.
You can only tell the punchline.
What do you remember the joke?
No.
Why did the turtle
do.
why did the turtle cross the road?
I do not know.
To get to the Shell station.
Oh, okay. All right. You got an NIL deal with Shell?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Tomorrow,
Just signed it.
Tomorrow is the halfway point of the year. Because if you think about it, it can't be July 1st because of February 28th. You see, like you would expect the halfway point of the year to be 7/1.
I'm gonna need a diagram there.
Well,
I just like to think we're at the halfway point of the year because we're 6 months in. We got 6 months to go.
Sure. Yeah, we have
good
6
way to
months out of the way, and you have 6 months to go. But if you want to break into the actual halfway point of the year, you have to account for the days you get shorted in February
So then
by
does that
having the
change?
28th day.
Like in 2 years when we get a leap year?
Is it 2 more years until leap year?
Well, it's every 4 years, and 2020 was the last time.
Was it 2020 when I've lost track already? Tomorrow
It's an Olympic year. That's how I remember.
is also yeah,
So that's
okay.
probably also what's throwing you off, is because technically
Yeah, because we had
Olympics
the
were last
Olympics
year.
were in 2021. I forgot day tomorrow. Just use that for like any old particular reason you want tomorrow, I suppose. Tomorrow also, I don't know if you count as this. It's World Sports Journalist Day. You do
say
some
I'm a-
sports journalism, don't you?
we're journalists at heart.
So, I mean,
I write recaps and if I have
right.
to write,
That's
yeah,
why I was saying I presume this is you.
hard-hitting journalism.
But now I don't have a gift for you, and I feel ill-prepared. So this is one reason I was trying to hedge my bets. Like, well, it might not be you because I don't have a gift for you. Sunday is Eat Your Beans Day. And then Sunday is also American Redneck Day. Why did...
Nothing.
What was
What? Is
what was that?
funny?
Nothing. I can't.
You might be a redneck if
I just, yeah.
you mow your lawn and find a car.
No, it was more related to the beans, and
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
I
got
think.
you.
Yeah.
it just. I'm sorry, my mind went
Right.
somewhere else.
If you can spit without opening your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Get a little bit in there.
If your brother-in-law is your uncle. And if you have flowers planted in a bathroom appliance in your front yard. Then that's what this says. That's not my list. That's the list I was provided.
sure there's some areas of this portion of the state you could drive around and see some of those. I'm not naming any places specifically.
Perhaps. Might as well not get into it on a Friday.
No. You know who you are.
What the 4th of July means and why we celebrate by blowing up fireworks. Ever wondered? Why do we have fireworks on the 4th of July?
Because we're pyromaniacs.
The vision for the celebratory tradition actually dates back to 1776. That is when then future second president John Adams imagined, in a letter to his wife Abigail, that a sparkling sky would honor the soon-to-be independent 13 colonies every year from that point onward.
So you're saying, what, like George Washington and Ben Franklin got out there and they were shooting off some bottle rockets?
Roman candles.
At one another?
Yes.
Again, that should have been under the redneck list.
The man who would become the second president of the United States wrote in part on July 3rd, 1776, I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival.
The great anniversary festival.
That's what Adams said. He goes on to say it ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, SHEWS, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore. In 1777, patriotic revelry rocked the first organized 4th of July celebration in Philadelphia, with fireworks dramatically lighting up the night sky. Fireworks became available for sale to the public in 1783. The Farmer's Almanac reported, and the tradition has lived on ever since then. Now, I like fireworks.
You don't want thunder over Litchfield?
I'm for thunder over Litchfield if it's a organized,
safe,
singular, safe, public. People gather. We leave it to experts. Okay. I'm also fine with fireworks in your own backyard as a citizen. You want to go buy fireworks, light them up. I'm for that.
Can we say, though, that if you live in a neighborhood after Monday, I think it's done, isn't it?
You know what? I'll give you till Tuesday.
Okay.
I'll give you tonight through Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'll do. I'll give you tonight through Tuesday, and that's it.
Shut it down after midnight, though.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You live in a neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And remember your furry four-legged friends.
That's right. Just because you spend your money on fireworks instead of dog food doesn't mean they don't need to be considerate of the people who are buying dog food because pets don't like it. Pets and a lot of vets. There are vets that don't like it. So
both veterans and veterinarians.
Considerate.
Yeah.
I think that, and by the way, there's not a vet in the world who would not say, shoot off your fireworks on the 4th of July, because they're expecting it on the 4th of July. They're expecting it perhaps even on the 3rd of July, maybe even the 2nd of July. The 17th of July, not so much. June the 27th, not so much. So.
July the 28th, is that okay?
You missed it by a day.
Oh. 29th?
I mean, if you're celebrating Rachel's birthday, then yes, knock yourself out with the fireworks on the 28th.
Well, that's what I was going for.
Okay, all right. So just making sure. I didn't realize you and Rachel were so tight.
I don't think I know who Rachel is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so the thing about, so we were talking about, you mentioned the vets.
Yes.
Okay, they know, right, that 4th of July is coming. If your dog has issues, go ahead and call today for whatever medication they give or advisement. Like, I'm not a vet, okay, but you can give your animal Benadryl to calm them down. So call your vet today.
Okay.
Don't wait until your dog is, flipping out and doing after hours.
Maybe even set yourself a reminder for say June the 25th of next year, then go ahead and call your
You
vet.
probably
then
should
or
have
do
already
whatever.
called,
Yeah.
but maybe I should have told you yesterday.
Never allow young children to play with or ignite fireworks. Sure, just leave it up to the adults who've been drinking all day. That's a better way to go.
Yeah, there you go.
I've shot off many fireworks in my days, and I still got all 10 fingers.
Sparklers burn at temperatures of about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt some metals. Keep a bucket of water or garden hose handy in case of a fire or other mishaps. It is extremely dry. I know some of you. I don't know really why I'm giving these safety tips because I have a feeling, because we have the smartest audience in the world, really I'm just preaching to the choir because they know all these things already. But for the purposes of being responsible, I feel like I should mention, in case we got somebody new, in case we got somebody like this is their first day going, hey, what's this? What's this all about? This is where you get knowledge.
I mean,
this is where you learn how to behave.
We are worldwide.
MISA worldwide. Light fireworks one at a time. Well, no, I can't really. No. Sorry.
The more firecrackers you can tie together is better.
50, almost 51-year-old me will tell you light one at a time. 11-year-old me will tell you put all the bottle rockets together you can and tape them and fashion one big long wick and just let them go.
Oh, yeah. Put some army men.
Again, that's 11-year-old me.
Put some army men in there, too.
Never try to relight or handle malfunctioning fireworks.
Well,
That there, my friend, is what they call a dud.
I've heard that once or twice.
Never place any part
probably a
of
dud.
your body directly over a fireworks device when lighting the fuse. Yep. Never point or throw fireworks.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with a firecracker then if you're not supposed to throw it?
Yeah, you don't hold it.
I mean, you're not going to get down there eye level to light it.
Unless you're lighting a pack of
Have
them.
you seen the video this week where the guy was lighting a big cherry bomb and he lit it with a lighter and he left the lighter and took the cherry bomb when he ran off?
Oh, no.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was lighting it like he had he has the cherry bomb and he has the lighter.
Uh-huh.
And
And
he goes, I need to drop one of these and run. And he drops the lighter.
No.
Well, that gives
Wow.
me the memory of, I think, isn't it Misty that loves back it up, Terry? What, and she, the classic video now, it's almost probably 10 years old where,
I think yes.
Terry, get out of the way, back it up, Terry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I want to say it's Misty. That
After
really enjoyed
fireworks complete their burning to prevent a trash fire, douse the spent device with plenty of water from a bucket. Remember that bucket we mentioned you were supposed to have? Make sure, by the way, and maybe here's the most important one, make sure fireworks are legal in your area and only purchase and set off fireworks that are labeled for consumer. So might want to check in every few minutes with the judge executive over the weekend. Just check in with him every few minutes to see
So I
if
should
it's
call him
legal or illegal.
Should I
Sure.
Call
Yeah,
him
just-
before everyone.
Just post on his Facebook wall and just ask him.
Send him a Facebook message.
Well, I mean, you can,
bless
that
it.
way you can.
I take no responsibility for
What about
this.
does the sheriff need to be involved? Because, I mean, he knows all the laws, right?
Well, he does enforce the laws, doesn't he? Yeah. Could
So
be.
if I see
Just
people
check
shooting
with
off
him.
fireworks, do I let him know?
Yeah.
Okay.
You tweet at him. Never use fireworks while impaired by alcohol or drugs. I'm sure that's everybody will follow that one to a T. You got big food plans for the 4th of July?
Who, you asking me?
Either one of you.
Oh, I
Uh,
mean,
you know my plans.
Your plans are to eat whatever I fix?
Yes. So
No, I hadn't put that much thought into it at all. It'll probably be whatever I pull out of the fridge that day.
I'm going panini crazy this weekend. I'm doing wings and I'm doing panini. That's what I'm doing.
Now, are you keeping the wings together?
Changing it up. Oh, no.
he has some.
No,
I think.
cut 'em.
And do I get my chicken livers in there too?
Yes, you do. And by the way, while I've got the fryer going, I'm going to bread some mushrooms.
Gotta do some fried pickles
So-
too while you're
Is
at
that
it.
all right?
So everything I'm having is going to be fried.
It's the 4th of July. Well, what? Well, I mean, come on.
Calories don't count on holidays.
You don't want the mushrooms? You love
I
those
mean,
mushrooms.
I do, but goodness, that's a lot of calories.
White corn. These are 4th of July foods. America's top 4th of July foods. Mushrooms is not on the list. White corn, ice cream, baked beans, tortilla chips, watermelon. We do have a new watermelon. That watermelon looked pretty good, didn't it?
Is it a black one?
Is not the black one.
So mad about that.
You've not told that story. Maybe
not.
we'll save some room for it later. Sweet corn. Oh, by the way, I got
Pringles?
no, just regular sweet corn. I mean, if you want yours in Pringle form, go ahead. There's a can over there for you.
I don't know if I want to eat those anymore.
You did show me a really neat watermelon life hack where you can use tongue depressors and make watermelon popsicles.
For skewers? Mhm.
Yeah, skewers.
Just depending on the
So
size.
Makes sense.
Slice it open and then put them in there and then slice it and you just hold it by the
just
handle.
pull it
and you
out, yeah.
It's like, it's a watermelon wedge. Would you admit I've kind of mastered the watermelon slicing?
I think so, but I think you should try this.
Yeah, me too. But
I
I've got
wanna
like
see
a
this
real, I got
happen.
a real big, like slip, slip, slip. I was like, I go down the sides on both sides and then I slice
the way
it
that you're
across.
supposed
What's
to
it sound
do
like
And then
again?
it goes, and you go under it with the knife and just dump it right out there.
I like those sound
Egg 'em
effects.
on.
Very little waste too, by the way. You know, waste a lot of watermelon doing that.
I bet we can use the popsicle sticks. We have those in the craft drawer.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Hamburger buns, potato chips, hot dogs, hot dog buns, all on America's list of favorites.
So then are you
4th
going to
of July
watch
foods.
on Monday the
I do
hot
not.
dog
No,
eating
that's
contest?
gross. I would do not.
So you're not
I
going to
do
bet
not.
on whether he's going to eat more than 74?
Nope, that's a perversion of food. I don't like it. I don't like competitive eating. I think it's gross.
Yeah, I think it is.
There's something
disgusting.
about it.
I mean, it is.
If you could rule,
Gross, a
if
little
you could
bit.
make rules, you were talking about the shift should be outlawed in baseball. If they would outlaw them dipping those buns in water,
Well,
I don't
and
see
then
that.
did you hear yesterday they were talking about on KSR how it's about the temperature of the water too, and
Yeah,
if
I
it's
did see
warmer,
that. Yes,
it
I did
soaks
see
up more
that.
and it goes
Yes.
easier to.
I would like to see how many big marshmallows I could fit in my mouth. I've never done that before.
okay,
Well,
but are you going
that's
to
not
swallow them or
competitive.
you going
No,
to spit them out?
No,
Yeah,
I
spit 'em
wouldn't.
out.
No, I wouldn't eat them. I'd like to see how many I could.
I think if I remember right, there were some conversations one day when you weren't here about Dennis Cook and Norman Chaffins having some sort of an eating contest. I think it was hot wings.
I'm not sanctioning that. I'm not sanctioning. I think
You
it's-
could even make the hot wings.
I want my dad and like in his firm, they once had a White Castle eating contest, and I think it scarred me for life. I think is what it was. What? Why are your eyes real big?
Were you there to witness
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I was witnessing.
Or
Yeah, I was
you
too young to-
witnessed the after effects?
No, I don't think I witnessed any of the after effect. I just
Oh,
was there.
okay.
I was just there, and I thought,
Because both could be damaging.
sure, absolutely.
After Effects, especially.
A doctor on TikTok explains why tumbler cups could be making you sick. Says if you're feeling sick and you don't know why, check your tumbler. These lids collect a lot of mold, and they collect it right under here, she says in her TikTok video. Mine needs some help. Mine's dirty.
Yeah, Misty was always saying, yeah.
So like right in
You're
there, my
supposed to-
lid never gets washed.
You're supposed to take that little rubber
Mm-hmm.
thingy off, and yeah.
Yep.
If I take that thing off, it's not going to go back on.
Well, so she convinced me to take mine off of my Yeti, and it did take some skill to get it back on.
This is the only one where I use the lid. My coffee one, I got one for everything. But the only one I use the lid on is the coffee one, and it's the one that never gets washed, and so it would be problematic. I am certain of that.
Well, you're still standing, aren't you?
So far, I think it may be like what's helping boost my immune
What
It's
doesn't,
like an
what doesn't
antibiotic
kill you
at
makes
this
you
point.
stronger.
COVID booster. Nah, I'll just eat some mold. It'll work. Dozens of cruise ship passengers were involved in an all-out brawl in a nightclub on a ship as it sailed through international waters headed for New York overnight into Tuesday. Security for the Carnival Magic tried to intervene when the physical fight escalated to as many as 60 people, but eventually had to call the Coast Guard to help escort the ship back to port. The ship arrived Tuesday morning with New York police waiting for it as it docked. I thought Carnival was the fun ship.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what time this fight broke out? 5:20 a.m.
Oh, there you go.
Honey, did you know that they have dance floors still open on cruise ships at 5:20 a.m.?
I did not.
I had no idea. But, yeah.
I mean, I've been looking for the juice bar around 6 a.m., but I mean,
I can't wait to see this episode on the Love Boat. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. The water cooler question coming up here on In the Know.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind, and when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's me, your old pal Fun, checking back in. Listen, we gotta get back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. What do you say? Blasting out of the barn on Thunderbird, high-speed splashing on Cheetah Chase, and this summer, they've got a mind-blowing drone and fireworks show every night for 6 weeks. Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Come on! Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Free soft drinks, free parking, free sunscreen!
Hi, I'm Trooper Derek Holmes with Kentucky State Police. When working traffic across Kentucky, responding to crashes involving injuries or death is a tough part of our job. When you're driving Kentucky roads, there is so much out of your control. But what we do have control over is wearing a seatbelt. Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up. Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? It's not about writing tickets. It's about saving lives. Less than 2 seconds. That's all it takes. Please always buckle up.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words. Made in America. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. The majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather!
Scattered showers and thunderstorms are back into the forecast for today, especially as we get through the afternoon hours. Highs today into the upper 80s and the low 90s. Seeing some more of those showers and thunderstorms for the weekend, especially as we get into the afternoon for both Saturday and Sunday. Remain weather aware. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrews.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9.
Did you know Elvis Presley's manager, so Colonel Tom Parker, sold I Hate Elvis badges, like buttons. So when you buy like Elvis merch, so they owned all the I Love Elvis merch, and they went ahead and said, you know, for those people that want to be contrarians and say they hate Elvis. So it's like they won either way. And I'm thinking that's a brilliant business move.
It is.
Right?
It is. It's like getting the domain name or whatever, like
That's right. You love your lovers, you love your haters.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I win financially both ways. I thought that was pretty smart. I guess there will be a lot of people who are heading out to that movie probably this weekend. You got some choices at the movies. We'll tell you about
rainy and hot. Yeah.
Movie premieres coming up in a few minutes. First, let's get to the water cooler question. It's your chance to win. If you've not won in the last 30 days, you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. By the way, starting next week, we're going to be giving away some Sawyer Brown tickets. We got tickets, Sawyer Brown coming Labor Day weekend to the amphitheater there.
And Alex Miller.
That's right. And so we'll have tickets for you starting next week that we'll be giving away. So here's today's water cooler question. 270-259-6000 is the number you text your answer to. Text your answer to 270-259-6000. And we'll give you your choice of the theme park tickets today. Here's the question. In the last 2 minutes, this has taken place more than the entire 19th century. In the last 2 minutes, this has taken place more than the entire 19th century. So this took place in the last 2 minutes more than all of the 1800s. Just in the last 2 minutes. Text your answer to 270-259-6000.
19th century?
19th century. In the last 2 minutes, this has taken place more than that entire century.
I mean, it could be anything.
Text the answer to 270-259-6000.
I mean, it's not Google searches. 'Cause it's not like Google.
It couldn't be anything. There was no tweeting in the 19th century, so it can't be tweeting. But it's something that took place this century and in the 19th century. But it's happened more in the last 2 minutes than all of that century.
I feel like I got a good guess.
The Rise of Gru. The new Minions movie is out this weekend.
I saw somebody say that it was good.
Wait a minute, it doesn't come out till today. How are people already seeing it?
I got my sources. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, I saw a tweet from the Bowling Green Daily News' movie critic, and he said it was I think the best one since the first Despicable Me.
Did you say it was a he?
Yes.
Okay. You seem awfully fond of the Bowling Green Daily News movie
He's a
critic.
nice
I
guy.
thought maybe she was a she, and she's a really nice lady.
No.
I just thought.
Come on.
Michael Compton, he's a nice guy, but it's...
Minions, The Rise of Gru. Mr. Malcolm's List is also open. That's 3 people that I've never heard of before that are in that movie. I do know the Minions, and I do know The Rise of Gru. Is Steve Carell still the voice of Gru? Okay, because I mean we're changing voices, so I didn't know. By the way, Elvis's one-time Mississippi home is going up for auction. It's a house located in East Tupelo, Mississippi. It was built by Vernon's uncle Noah for his middle son Eck, the humble home, and it was like so that Elvis lived in that. Go a few states away, you can go to Oklahoma and buy what's being described as the Jetsons home. An unusual house for sale in Oklahoma is drawing attention online due to its resemblance to the Jetsons' famous domicile from the classic cartoon.
I love the Jetsons.
Yeah, but we need to live in that. I presume you think that's a spiral staircase, or you think it's got an elevator in it?
I saw a video. It's an elevator.
It does have an elevator? Wow.
So you take the elevator up to the level.
Interesting. Tim Allen has been very quiet about the people who are saying, why shouldn't Tim Allen be the voice of Buzz Lightyear? And Sam, you identified it a couple of weeks ago. The Tim Allen character for the toy Buzz Lightyear is different than the Buzz Lightyear that inspired the toy. So he basically saying the two stories aren't connected. They have gone a different direction on the actual Buzz Lightyear.
It's just like I don't think Tom Hanks will be Woody.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they will continue down this path, considering the rocky road that they have had. But Tim Allen's been like, nah, it's fine. And he's probably right.
You don't want to know how Woody and Jesse had the connection and all that?
No.
No, I don't want to see that either. 2752 was first to know taking pictures. Taking pictures, photography. 2752 was the first to correctly know that there have been more pictures taken in the last 2 minutes than all of the 19th century.
What's that oil change?
Oil change?
I don't know.
Toilet flushing.
Toilet flushing. All right, yeah. Pretty creative answers
Pretty
there.
solid.
Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the week here on In the Know.
Staying emotionally connected when a loved one is deployed for months at a time can be difficult, but it's a crucial part of keeping a relationship healthy. Long-serving veterans already know a few things about managing this area of life, but if you're about to experience your first deployment, here's a few things to keep in mind. First, find creative ways to stay connected while you're apart. Phone calls, talking online, and handwritten letters are great. But you can also share photos or discuss material you both have access to over the internet. Also, keep your interactions with each other as much of a bright spot as you can. While you're separated, use your communication to connect, not just resolve problems. A broken washing machine may not be the best conversation piece, especially if your spouse is facing difficult or even life-threatening circumstances. When a deployment is coming to an end, I'd also recommend that you talk ahead of time about what each of you needs in order to make the homecoming as smooth as possible. Becoming a team again takes a bit of a learning curve. Tension can build up after an extended time apart. If you don't get a few things on the table early, a happy reunion can turn sour when the floodgates open and all that pent-up emotion comes rushing out. Military deployment is rarely easy for either spouse, but with a little preparation, your marriage can not only survive your time apart, but thrive. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Hello?
Hey, stranger.
Oh, hi. Thank goodness it's you. I was afraid to answer the phone.
Why? What's up?
The credit card companies are after me. They want me to make payments and the calls never stop.
Ouch. Been there before, but I got help from Trinity Debt Management.
Trinity?
Yeah, I called and right away Trinity contacted my creditors and got my interest rates cut in half. They ended all the late fees and over-limit charges, and they stopped those annoying phone calls.
Bet that was a relief.
Yep. Then they put me on a plan that consolidated my bills into one easy monthly payment. That way, I paid off my debt fast while saving thousands.
Nice.
Trinity even showed me how to plan and meet a monthly budget. So now I'm debt-free for keeps.
Wow. Do you still have their number?
Sure. Here, write this down and call 1-800-990-6976.
Can you repeat that?
1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
I'm Lieutenant Emily Horton with the Kentucky State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
And I'm Trooper Janus Briscoe with the Kentucky State Police.
When working traffic in Kentucky, responding to crashes involving injuries or death is a tough part of our job.
When you're driving on Kentucky highways, there's so much out of your control.
But what we do have control over is wearing a seatbelt.
Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws?
It's not about writing tickets. It's about saving lives.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Discover family fun at Kentucky Kingdom. Soar through the air and splash under the sun for the best summer escape. Beat the heat in big waves or winding lazy rivers. And get soaked in a 4-story playground at Hurricane Bay. Enjoy big fun for little ones all day. Don't miss the new All-Star Stunt Dogs and a season full of fun. Season passes on sale now at KentuckyKingdom.com.
A company always on the run.
MB's Point to Ponder for today.
Destiny.
What do you think? Most people would say the best superhero movie is.
Oh, gosh.
The best I don't know very much about superhero movies.
Batman.
You think Batman?
Well, which one? There's so many.
I don't know.
Batman
Just
14.
throwing out a super.
The Dark Knight is probably my favorite.
I haven't seen Batman movies. I don't know that I've even seen Ben Affleck.
Did you see Christian Bale's?
No,
The Dark Knight?
I've definitely not seen.
Those are good. With Heath Ledger. Yeah, that's good.
Michael Keaton. I know I saw the Michael Keaton one. That's been a
Probably
while.
about my speed. Yeah.
But I have seen most recently
The Avengers is pretty good.
Wonder Woman. I've
Okay.
seen Wonder Woman starring Gal Gadot. It's pretty good. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm just, yeah. It's Friday.
This would be a question you should put in the back pocket and ask again on Tuesday when.
I don't want to hear what he says because he's not objective.
Well, he'd go DC because you learned, I know, that he's DC
Right, he's
and
DC.
not.
So that for that very reason, I'm sure I'm going to be Team Marvel. Although if I watch Wonder Woman's not Marvel.
No, it's DC.
Now, number 5, the 1978 Superman. I really like that one. I mean, that's all the Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little cheesy the way that it's made. Now, when you see it, you go, "Wow, movie making's come a long way since then." Number 4, Avengers Endgame. Number 3, Logan, one of the Wolverine movies. Number 2, Spider-Man 2, and the best superhero movie of all time, according to Rolling Stone magazine, is Black Panther.
That is really good.
I started
That is really good.
There was something about it. I started it. I was like, I'm going to watch this. And you're like, Wakanda Forever, and I don't know. I was not in a mood for it. I was like,
Yeah, that one is really good. I know I was almost going to a couple weekends ago. If you Google it, you can find, because all those Marvel movies are technically, there's a way you can watch them in order.
like story order.
Yeah. But there's like 40 of them. And I gave up.
Bit of a time commitment, isn't it? I did watch more. She fell asleep last night. We were watching something. and she fell asleep.
NCIS Los Angeles.
NCIS Los Angeles.
I have it on my list.
And I flipped over to America's Book of Secrets. So I finished last night West Point.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that one.
And then the Pentagon.
I think I saw that one.
So that's pretty. Those two are interesting. On television tonight on Discovery, Gold Rush. Tomorrow on NBC, Transplant, and on A&E, First Blood. Sunday, Celebrity Family Feud. And on A&E, the series premiere of Biography, WWE Legends. I thought we'd already seen them do like bios on. This one's on Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it says it's a series premiere. I've seen these.
Are there going to be multiple episodes on Stone Cold?
No, the way the biography series work is one episode is one person. So I don't.
And that's the bottom line, right?
Well, if because Stone Cold Sam says so. Today's highlight in history this day.
Drink soda head too, right?
You use water bottles.
Well, yeah.
Probably.
That's like Cash Daniel did.
Yeah.
1966,
the Medicare Dr. Pepper cans.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Medicare Federal
Give you
Insurance
some Diet Coke to do.
Program went into effect. In 1863, the 3-day Civil War Battle of Gettysburg began. The first Tour de France began this day in 1903. The U.S. Post Office began using 5-digit zip codes this date in 1963. The DEA was established this date in 1973. Hong Kong reverted to Chinese rule after 156 years as a British colony this date in 1997.
I was just...
Never forget Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Actor Jamie Farr is 88 today. He played Corporal Max Klinger on MASH. Deborah Harry from Blondie is 77 today. Fred Schneider is 71. Fred Schneider is from the B-52s. If you see a faded sign. That's him.
Love that song.
Dan Aykroyd is 70 today. That would make you Cassandra Peterson. You sing the Cassandra Peterson part
Yes,
on the
I do.
B-52s, and I sing the Fred Schneider parts.
Yes, that's true.
Carl Lewis is 61 today. Don't let him go near the national anthem this holiday weekend. Pamela Anderson is 55 today. Ooh, Missy Elliott is 51 today. Yep.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, both are bad.
Yep.
I mean,
Liv Tyler is 45 today.
That's Steven's daughter, right?
It is.
mhm. Wow.
Made famous in one of their videos with Alicia Silverstone, but also made famous in Armageddon.
Yes.
Gone but not forgotten. There are a couple to mention today. Estee Lauder in 1908, Olivia de Havilland in 1916, Princess Diana in 1961.
Oh, well.
She was born on July 1st. Chart toppers. Let's find one from 1954. We will call upon the 4 aces. If you ever have 4 aces, you got a good hand in poker. And 3 coins in the fountain.
3 coins in the fountain.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, I wanted to know what happened to him.
They got wet. What do you think 3 coins in the fountain, the monetary value is? You going 15 cents? You going 75? You going a common?
I'm
You
going,
going 2 dimes and a nickel?
Could be $3.
Let's go on.
Come on in, see the man with the biggest foot in the world.
$1.50?
Could be. Could have 3 Sacagawea dollars in there.
Yeah, $3, yeah. And Susan B. Anthony on also some of those now?
Kiyu Sakamoto, she was, yeah. Sukiyaki. Makes me hungry, sukiyaki.
I've never heard that before.
Let's get to Neil Diamond, Song Sung Blue, #1 in 72.
I didn't know you played Neil Diamond.
Oh, yeah.
No Sweet Caroline?
Play that one some.
Sweet Caroline was not. We played that not that long ago.
Yeah, I will play.
couple
I
weeks
just kind of
ago.
have to bite my tongue on it a little bit because of Fenway.
Or Greenwood High School.
Oh, but we have a.
Yeah, we
We
have
have
a family member.
yeah.
By the way, her dad's birthday is today.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
The Nutty Professor, my cousin Tyler. It's his birthday today.
Well, happy birthday.
Let's go. Who is cousin Rachel? Who you're tight with Rachel? They're siblings.
Apparently, I am.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Rachel from Friends. I didn't know if that was her birthday.
1981 Air Supply.
That
Number
is somebody
one
from Friends, right?
with the one you love.
In fact, I could just look at your cup and see it that way.
Yes.
There it is. It's the
I think
second
I've
one
had
down.
enough Air Supply for today. Let's go to 1990.
That's what I thought.
In Vogue, number one. With Hold On.
Hit it. Were you not going to sing along with that part?
I wasn't. It's a little beyond my range.
You were just going to do these dance moves, right?
I did hear them do this song, though, at Disney's Epcot.
Really?
Sure did. Sure did. Let's go to 1999. Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca.
Really good song. My high school football team, when I was there, had a kid whose name was Ricky Martin, and the PA guy, every time he'd make a tackle, would play Living La Vida Loca.
He would. I thought you could tell me that some of your football team members were in his band.
I can't. I mean,
Leona Lewis,
they might have been a little
Bleeding
young.
Love in 08, and Bruno Mars, That's What I Like, number one, 5 years ago today. So, there you go. All right, have a safe 4th of July weekend. Celebrate your independence and just be responsible and smart. We want to see you back here next week. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Elmer Davis said, "This nation will remain the land of the free so long as it is the home of the brave. This nation will remain the land of the free so long as it is the home of the brave." MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here next time for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for B, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin